welcome back to another review. This week we are looking at Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 6, Just in Case. And with me as usual is Jason.
And the mysterious case of Schrodinger's bulletproof vest.
Speechless every time. Every time.
Yeah, but they always apply to the episode, so
right.
it works.
It does. It does a little bit with the theory I have. So, all right, that was an episode. All right, and you're not happy.
No, I am unhappy. They keep axing all my favorite characters.
You know what though? At the same time, it's kind of funny because they keep axing your favorite characters, but at the same time, I'm getting sick of being so goddamn right.
Yeah, rub it in, why don't you?
Rub it in. She's a vulture. I told you she's gonna turn into a vulture.
Yeah. You have magical Walking Dead powers. I'm convinced of it at this point.
You can't blame it on the comic. You can't.
No, you're telepathically connected to the writer's room or something. You got a bug in the office.
All right. Okay, so despite the fact that you're not very happy about what happened here in this episode with John, how do you feel about the episode overall?
I enjoyed it. It was a good episode, even though I did not enjoy what happened in it. But the pacing seemed good. The writing was good. It felt like we were moving the story along pretty well.
Yeah, well, in a big twist, two big twists. Not just John, but the fact that the group, the stadium, they do not wither away. And in fact, the vultures leave. Well, at least obviously not permanently, but
yeah,
we know something happens between the group and the vultures. So
yeah, so they do not wither away, but I'm not entirely convinced that they are still alive at this point.
Oh no, I think most of them are dead. And obviously what we saw here in this episode at the end is we saw a lot of vultures.
Yeah, you think the vultures maybe turned some of the stadium people?
No. I think there was something that provoked an attack, and I think it has to do with Naomi. I think it has to do with Laura. She is in large part the source of almost every single issue.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. Which is interesting now that we know that she's with the vultures, that maybe this is what the vultures do. They move in, they plant somebody on the inside to rile up the group and provoke conflict.
Entirely possible. I mean, we certainly know that they do like to stick somebody in there to see where they are as far as their reserves and everything. Little girls who like to go go around shooting our favorite characters.
Yeah, that's true. And we did not see her this episode with the big group of vultures that rolled up.
No, I think we see her next time though. I think there was a preview because you don't watch the previews even.
No, I do not.
Yeah, I think the preview shows that we'll see her. But this is all going to come to a head because there's only 2 episodes left, and like I was hoping they wouldn't do, they have dragged this out, which is fine. It hasn't really felt like it. It does not feel like the regular Walking Dead show where they drag things out. This episode was largely centered upon Naomi. I think that I want to call her Laura, but. It's Naomi, which is fairly fitting because she is kind of an integral part of a lot of what's going on, kind of like that door creaking.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it was a good episode. A lot of backstory, a lot of important stuff. It was good to see our crew get a win, which they basically did with finding that stuff. I was not expecting. Naomi / Laura to be revealed as a vulture in this manner, but there she is. How did you feel about that?
Well, like you said, I expected her to show up with the vultures again. I know in the last episode that we did a review for, I was like, I don't think we're gonna see her for the rest of the season. But after seeing how this episode was building up through the whole thing, I'm like, she's with the vultures, isn't she? She's with the vultures.
And she tried running off again.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that does seem to be a theme with her. She's always running from something.
Well,
even though she made that whole big speech about trying to right the wrongs of killing off all those people at the FEMA compound.
Oh, and I think that was part of it. I think she's trying to stay away from people, and at the same time, I think she was compelled to try to go back there and try it and try to solve what she had done. I think she's extremely broken, distraught, in a permanent case of shock. I think she's all kinds of screwed up from what's happened.
Here's a question for you. Do you think she's with the vultures because of the little girl? Do you think she sees the little girl as like something she needs to protect?
I don't even think she knows the little girl.
Of course she does. They were in the stadium together.
Were they in the stadium together?
I think so.
No, I don't think so. No? If you think back to episode 1, the little girl was in the Coliseum, and then they go to try to find what they think is her parents, and then they come across Naomi.
No, I guess you are right.
Yeah. So maybe there's more to it. For some reason, even though we leave the stadium and Madison and the crew in a good place, they've got all kinds of food. They've got all they're in a good spot. The vultures leave. Something changes, obviously, which makes Naomi go with the vultures. We clearly don't know everything that's happened here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, despite the fact that you said you feel like they've dragged it out a bit, I think there's just so much information to cover that they're not going to be able to, they weren't ever going to be able to wrap this up within half a season or something like that.
I mean, it kind of seems, I said that a few weeks ago, I hope they don't drag it out and we don't see this big confrontation until the end, which is what we're getting. At the same time, like I said, it has not felt like it. They've had plenty of ground to cover. They're not dragging their feet as it seems like the regular Walking Dead seems to do on a regular basis.
Yeah. So it's been exciting. I despite myself have enjoyed the injection of all the new characters. Mel seems like a very enigmatic sort of bad guy. I enjoy John, and Althea, and
look at that. You really. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you. You really think he's dead?
I really do.
You think he's dead? You think they killed John? They did.
I think they killed John.
I love because you said I really enjoyed John. He's not dead.
He's dead.
Look at that. Who's been up to bat and hitting strikes all season?
Just wait. All right, I'm calling it now. He's dead.
He's not.
All right. When have you ever known The Walking Dead to pull a daytime television? Whoopsie. Sort of psych. He was wearing the bulletproof vest the whole time.
Glenn.
They don't do that. Don't do that.
Glenn. So many times with Glenn.
All right, but that was the flagship show. We're talking Fear. All right.
Okay, then Daniel.
When did they do that with Daniel? Oh, yeah, Daniel. All right, but we don't know for sure he's alive. We don't know for sure.
No, we don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's wearing a vest. I think, he's a former cop. He's not, he comes off slow, but he's not slow. He's very smart at what he is and what he does. And that's, you can say whatever you want about anything else. But
okay.
That man, as a former cop, I do not think would go out traveling looking for somebody without wearing protection like a vest. I think he's wearing a vest.
Well, we'll agree to disagree. It's Schrodinger's bulletproof vest until next episode.
Yep, we will agree that you are wrong and I am right.
We are not agreeing on that.
Everything's coming up Chris this season, sorry.
Apparently. So, you want to talk about Morgan then? Morgan?
What about Morgan? He likes to stick his nose in where it doesn't belong?
Yeah, Morgan. And we were talking about this before the show started, but Morgan is cursed with something because he leaves the flagship show, right as we wrap up the all-out war, just to walk into Fear right at the beginning of what seems to be another conflict, and then he dives headlong into that conflict, trying to make them kiss and make nice.
Yeah, I understand that Morgan is a man who's come back to his peaceful ways, or is at least trying. But he's got to stop this shit. When in the zombie apocalypse, people are determined to shoot each other. You don't, like, literally in the case of this episode, stand in between guns that are pointed at the other side and be like, "Come on, guys, let's go have a beer. Figure this out."
Yeah.
You killed people. They killed people. We don't need to kill any more motherfucking people.
Well, especially since, like, 2 out of the main people pointing guns were directly blood related to one of those casualties.
Yeah, absolutely are.
So, Alicia, here's another thing that I've written down in my notes. Do you think she meant to shoot John or Naomi?
That's an interesting scenario, and I think maybe part of the answer is to some of the things we're asking is in the answer to that. Why did she turn around and shoot him? At the same time, she did just meet him. She clearly doesn't trust him, and here he is walking up to someone who's clearly now as an enemy. It sounded like before they thought that Naomi had died, but there she is. One of those symbolic things about The Walking Dead that's so just over. It's just over the top obvious. I mean, here she comes out, and she's got her hair kind of slicked back. It's being held back. She's wearing a jacket. Remember the jacket thing?
Yeah,
jacket thing. She's wearing a jacket. She's got her hair back in a not so nice and frilly way, and it's like, my God.
You know what it still reminded me of for some reason, and I have no idea why. Maybe you might be able to enlighten me on this, but it felt like the hospital trade-off scene all over again.
The hospital trade-off scene?
From the flagship show where they were trading prisoners with those people at the hospital?
Now that you say that, I can see similarities.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that scene popped into my head when I was watching the end of this episode. I was like, for whatever reason, that reminds me of this.
Because one of your favorite characters got killed?
Yeah.
He's fine. Well, no, I'm not going to say he's fine, but he's not dead.
Yeah. So what do you think about Althea not taking sides?
I'm okay with it. I don't think it'll last either. I think that something's going to sway her to start using all those guns on that mini tank she's got.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was interesting. I think you're definitely right with the war journalism reporter after that comment that she made.
Yeah, no, she was a wartime journalist. She's seen a lot of shit. In fact, we got a lot of backstory mentioned in this episode. She mentions that this is not the first time that she's been in a scenario like this. You get Madison and Strand talking a bit more about what had happened after the bridge. We get a little bit more detail, not too much. I don't think we're ever going to get a flashback of those scenarios. I think if we're ever going to get a flashback in one, it's going to be when Madison finds out that Nick is dead. And in that episode, we'll get a flashback to when she found him after the bridge blew. But and that'll be one of the last times we see Nick.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to get a lot of the backstory.
It is interesting because that means that Madison found and rescued both Strand and Nick at this point, leaving only Alicia unaccounted for.
And Luciana, she went and found her, but that's a different that wasn't bridge related.
Yeah,
but that's mentioned as well that she went and found Luciana. It sounds like there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened. They were in a cave. We know that they were in a cave now.
Yep.
It's interesting stuff. I kind of wish we would have seen these mysterious adventures in between the seasons.
Yeah, and we did finally find out what happened to Naomi's kid as well.
Oh yeah, right. She had the sniffles.
Yeah, and then Naomi went off to go get meds. She kicked the bucket and then zombified everyone in the camp.
Gotta be careful of those sniffles.
Yeah, pneumonia's no laughing matter. I can tell you from first-hand experience that kids and old people, they'll definitely get in some very scary situations when it comes to pneumonia. It's a viral infection that you do not want to mess with.
Well, and the funny thing here again is we see another, we don't see it. In fact, that's my point. We hear and we're told of another interesting scenario that had happened. Again, the story with Naomi at the FEMA camp with her kid, that would have made a great episode.
Yeah. You know, I feel like there's been a lot of that this season where we hear stuff that I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see them do that, even if it meant like splitting the story out a little bit further. I still feel like that would have made a great episode.
No, agreed. You know, it is starting to get a little weird at this point to see Nick.
Yeah, I feel you.
He dead.
He dead. He'd been dead for a long time at this point.
Yeah, a few weeks now. You know, it's been an interesting season though. We got a couple weeks left. I'm really hoping that these next 2 weeks are over the top, especially especially the whole. It looks like they're not going to show these battles side by side. That's kind of what I thought they were going to do. They were going to do present day and then before and show these battles going on at the same time. It looks like we're going to get the one battle this coming week, and then we're going to get the battle probably at the Coliseum the week after.
Yeah, but you know, like if they keep up the steam they've been doing with these last couple of episodes, like they've been pushing out quality episodes. I enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed the one with John and Laura. You know, I feel like they're definitely up in the ante as far as the episodes go. And if they finish strong, this will definitely be one of the best seasons Fear has put out.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I don't think so far it's not touching season 3 for me, but yeah, no, it's been fun.
No, it's definitely been good. Like definitely. I've enjoyed the season a lot, you know.
What did you think of John shooting off a man's finger?
Oh yeah, that was a good way to portray that. I think, you know, it was fun. Well, maybe not fun, but interesting to see. You know, despite the fact that he is staunchly refused to kill somebody, he still has that capacity somewhere deep inside of him.
So, you know, so confident with his shot that he knows he won't kill the man. And that's why he's willing to take it.
Absolutely. And it was even more telling that he gave Morgan his guns, you know. He's obviously still very scared of approaching anything near fighting people, even if it is, you know, shooting some dude's finger off or whatnot.
That was awesome how it went flying, like, pew!
Yeah. No, it was awesome. That's why he's one of my favorite characters, and I'm...
Too bad he's dead.
He's dead. I'm so irritated.
He's not dead. He's fine. Well, he's not. No, he's not fine. But he's not dead. But Naomi's still gonna die. I'm still calling it. Although I'm not totally sure if that's gonna happen in this part of the season now, which I don't think will count, because the story is obviously very much focused on her right now. She seems to be in the middle of everything, and for her to not die, I don't know if I specified the first half of the season or not, but I don't know. I don't know if she's going to die yet or not, but she's definitely going to die. I would say at least this season. But we still got 2 episodes. I could still totally see her dying here in the next couple of weeks, and again with a scenario that makes her lose an eye.
You're very specific about that.
I'm not dropping that. She's going to lose an eye. This is going to be eyeball related. This is going to be face mangling. Yeah,
no, I could definitely see her getting killed and that being the linchpin between the conflict.
Yeah. All right. Anything else in your notes?
No, we have run the gauntlet on this episode.
All right. So let's rate it 1 out of 5 flying fingers.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5.
You can give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. You know, as much as I enjoyed this one, I think there's, you know, they definitely could have done some things better with it. Morgan is getting to the point of annoying me, and quite frankly, you know, it's just like you're not even really part of the story right now, dude. What do you know? For me, it's just kind of like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, that was one of the things that kind of felt off to me, because Morgan's got no personal stake in this, and yet he's jumping both feet in. Something that we've seen him hesitate to do in the flagship show before for very valid reasons.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little sick of not seeing Madison. And plus his general curiosity of what's happened to her. But, you know, at this point, it's like, you know, you've kind of shelved a really awesome character. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough what happened, though, but that's kind of annoying me. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5. I mean, it was solid, but overall, it was for me, just kind of like, oh, yeah, there it is. The FEMA stuff was cool, though.
Oh, yeah, that was nice. It definitely gave us sort of a look into what post-government zombie, or like, end of government zombie America kind of looks like, which was interesting.
I'm kind of wondering at this point if they shot this show in the order that we're seeing it, with this before and after, or this now and before stuff. I'm wondering if it was all meant to be shot the way that, or put out the way that it is right now, or if it was intended to be done differently. I could see it go either way at this point. Either way, it is some superior editing. All right, yeah. So there you go. You gave it a 4, I gave it a 3.5. I think that is going to do it for us for this week. Let us know what you think. Comment below. If you liked our review, please give it a like, subscribe, all that stuff.
And don't forget to check out our Deadpool 2 review that we just did.
Yep. Jason did a movie review with us. That's his first movie review. He's going to do another one. He's going to do solo with me this coming week. Be ready, man. Pack a lunch for that one.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
But yeah, let us know what you think. Comment below, and what did you think of this week's episode? So until next week, that is going to be for us. That's me, for Chris, and Jason.
Everyone stay safe. Watch out for zombies.
Watch out for zombies.
Hey people, thank you for tuning into this episode and taking a listen. If you like our content, if you like what you're listening to, or anything we go over, hey, please, we would not only love to hear more from you, but it's great if you could throw some support. You can subscribe right below. Also, you can toss us a line anytime. That's ksawmedia@gmail.com. Of course, you can tune in for our channel anytime for movie reviews, game reviews, a lot of random wacky stuff. Who knows what you'll hear. And of course, our episode each week where we're bringing the nerdiest things we can find, dig up, and maybe not find. Maybe the stuff that just drops in our laps. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We hope to hear from you again later. Take care.